I'm a lover of Star Wars, and I know a lot of you guys are too, which is why I am so completely and utterly disappointed to have to talk about this situation. Now, I've talked about Gina Carano a lot of times here on the channel. I think that she is a great actress, she is a very talented fighter, and I just think that she brought a lot to Cara Dune, the character that she plays in The Mandalorian. I really loved her performance. I think that outside of being an actress and outside of Star Wars, she's a pretty genuine person. She says what she feels, she says what's on her mind, and she doesn't self-censor herself to please a company or to please people who are outraged all of the time. There are people who constantly attack her basically for no reason. They try to twist her words, saying she's a white supremacist, saying she defends disgusting types of people, saying she's transphobic, and just trying to get her fired from The Mandalorian is basically the #1 priority from angry people on social media. And unfortunately, there's some terrible freaking news that I have to talk about because they've won. The angry outrage mobs of social media have successfully, it seems, gotten her fired from The Mandalorian and gotten her fired from future Star Wars projects. I just saw this. This is just breaking. This is so infuriating. People on social media have successfully canceled her. They have gotten her removed from Star Wars like they wanted, even though half of the things they've said she's done and said, she hasn't done and she hasn't said. So this is a Gizmodo article. Gina Carano is no longer part of Star Wars. This is going to be huge for Star Wars fans. We are going to see people massively divided on the situation. I know it. There are going to be people who are going to say, good, I don't like her, she deserves to be fired. And then there are going to be tons of people saying, I love Gina Carano, I support Gina Carano, she's a great actress, I am going to boycott Star Wars now. I think that Lucasfilm is in for a hell of a time. So it says Gina Carano, who plays Cara Dune on The Mandalorian, will no longer be part of the show. In a statement obtained by IO9, a Lucasfilm spokesperson said the following: Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, and there are no plans for her to be in the future. Nevertheless, her social media posts denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. This is apparently an official Lucasfilm statement. The news comes after a day in which the hashtag #FireGinaCarano trended on Twitter for hours. I definitely think that Lucasfilm and Disney are going to be facing a lot of unsubscriptions from Disney Plus tonight because there are already tons of people who are very torn on this. A lot of people saying this is disgusting because it's cancel culture. These people have said for months, we don't want Gina Carano in this franchise. We don't like Gina Carano as an actress or an individual because she's got her own opinions. And while yes, she has said a couple of things that these people deem as controversial, I definitely would not say she is a white supremacist. I definitely would not say that she is a disgusting person. It says that, of course, came after months of complaints about Carano's online presence, including mocking COVID mask mandates, spreading conspiracies about the United States election, liking posts disparaging the Black Lives Matter movement, and deriding pronoun usage. She didn't deride pronoun usage at all. She literally just said she's not going to put pronouns in her bio and she should be allowed that choice if she wants to or not. This is the problem, is that people exactly like this writer are kind of twisting the things that she did and the things that she said. Carano's character, Cara Dune, was one of the main characters on The Mandalorian, and it was assumed, though never confirmed, that she might play a role in the upcoming Star Wars Rangers of the New Republic show, which apparently, if that was the case, isn't going to happen anymore because of outrage culture. It is disgusting that this has happened, that Disney and Lucasfilm have given into outrage on social media and have fired a great actress over outrage culture. So I wanted to read on Twitter some of the initial comments because it's already trending on social media. It's only been about an hour since the announcement at the time of making this video, and people are already extremely torn on this. So Brian Altano said, good. She literally added nothing to that universe. I completely disagree. And this is coming from somebody who owns several Ponda Baba action figures. I completely disagree with this situation. I think that she is a talented actress, and I definitely think that she added a lot to the universe. We saw Cara Dune's interactions with Din Djarin, and I thought that they were great. We saw her add a lot to the story, and now, apparently, no more, because Lucasfilm doesn't want to deal with someone a little bit controversial. I don't think that she's that controversial, but there are people out there who would disagree with me. Someone said, this is why I hate Twitter's cancel culture. Y'all suck. I agree with this. The character was far from indispensable. Makes sense. It definitely isn't something that makes sense because so many people really liked her. She's someone who genuinely cares about the franchise and cares about fans. She goes on a lot of people's YouTube channels. She talks to fans. She interacts with fans. We don't see Pedro Pascal doing that. We don't see a lot of these other actors in Star Wars doing that, and just in Hollywood in general. A lot of the Hollywood elites don't care about fans. They only care about making a paycheck. Someone said, I think Cara Dune was probably being set up as important in Rangers of the New Republic, but no reason to eliminate the character. Recast and move on like nothing happened. I definitely think that if they recasted Gina Carano, that would also be a shitstorm for them. I definitely think that there would be a lot of people even more angry with that decision. Someone said, guarantee she's gonna claim cancel culture for getting fired for the consequences of her actions. It is cancel culture. There's a bunch of people on social media saying, we don't like her, you should fire her. There are a lot of people that simply don't like her because they need someone to dislike, and it's people like this who don't understand how serious cancel culture is in the industry. So this was actually a new tweet that was just put out by Discussing Films. There were plans for Lucasfilm to unveil Gina Carano as the star of her own Star Wars series during the Disney Investors Day presentation, but they were scrapped following Carano's tweets in November. I am so sick of companies not defending their actors and their actresses. They picked Gina Carano to do a job, and that is to act, to play a fictional character. Just because she has opinions outside of that fictional characters or outside of the companies doesn't mean she deserves to be fired from a role. She is a great actress, and I am so disgusted and disappointed with Lucasfilm and Disney for doing this, for firing her because she is an independent woman, because she doesn't want to say, oh, I'll give in to outrage culture, I'll apologize for all of the things that I believe in. Most of her thoughts and opinions she shared on social media haven't been bad, haven't been controversial, and we see this happening now. This is why so many actors and actresses don't have backbones, because when they have a backbone and they stick up for their own beliefs, they get canceled and they get fired, and then they could be pushed out of the industry. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. I genuinely hope that this isn't true, because it is only coming from one source that everyone's citing, but unfortunately I do think that this is true, and I do tend to believe that they did get sick of her for having her own opinions, and now she's been fired. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video though and found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.